Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Continuing in volume 2 of Riyad as-Saliheen, book number 17, the book of the prohibited actions, chapter 257, prohibition of calumny. Allah the Exalted says in surah number 68, verse number 11, of which the meaning is a slanderer going about with calumnies. Surah number 50, verse number 18. Not a word does he or she utter, but there is a watcher by him ready to record it. Narrated Hudhayfa radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the person who goes about with calumnies will never enter Jannah. Al-Bukhari and Muslim. A person who thinks that tale-bearing is lawful and practice it to create conflict and quarrel among people despite the fact that he knows it is unanimously forbidden will never go to Jannah. A person who considers it unlawful but does it out of sheer human weakness will be in the first instant go to hell. If Allah does not pardon him for it, he will then be shifted to paradise after suffering punishment for it. Narrated Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed by two graves and said, both of them, the person in these graves, are being tortured, and they are not being tortured for a cardinal sin, but indeed they are great sin. One of them used not to save himself from being soiled with his urine, and the other one used to go about with calumnies among the people to rouse hostilities, i.e., one goes to a person and tells him that so-and-so says about him such and such evil thing. Al-Bukhari and Muslim. He does not pass urine in privacy, but does it shamelessly in the presence of other people. Obviously, shamelessness is also a sin. Tale-bearing, carelessness in saving oneself from splash of urine drops, and lack of observance of privacy are sins which are liable to punishment. The hadith also proves punishment in the grave. Narrated Ibn Masud radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, shall I tell you what al-adhu, falsehood and slandering is? It is calumny which is committed among the people. Muslim. We learn from this hadith that calumny, lying, falsehood and slandering are major sins because they cause conflict and dissension in society. A Muslim must keep himself free from such evils. Chapter 258, prohibition of carrying tales to the officers. Allah the Exalted says in Surah Ma'idah, Surah number 5, verse number 2, of which the meaning is, do they not help one another in sin and aggression? Do not help one another in sin and transgression. Narrated Ibn Masud radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, none of my companions should convey to me anything regarding another, because I desire to meet every one of you with a clean heart. Abi Dawood and At-Tirmidhi. Should not convey to me anything here signifies anything undesirable or which is harmful for the person concerned. Thus, this hadith stresses that defects of people should not be unnecessarily reported to those who are at the helm of affairs, as is evident from the caption given to the chapter by Imam An-Nawawi. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Don't put it away.
The point here that there is a defect in the narration here, in the chain of narration, to be taken in consideration, inshallah.